Up so high, why would I look down? I don't got a fake inside, no crown, but I do let it jump and I'm beat your ass one-on-one. I don't drop bitches, if you gonna talk that shit, better come with it. Whenever I talk my shit, they gon' fall with it. Every time I drop my shit, they roll with it. We gon' talk your shit, bitch. I'ma go dumb on it, no they can't numb on me. Smoke all these bitches like I got a green thumb on me. I make my own money, I don't need your money. Hoes be stuck on me like I got gum on me. Different color diamonds like the rainbow. They act to my haters like I made them. It's a good day if I say so. Be quiet, little hoe, you ain't getting no pesos. Shut the fuck up, 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 yeah. Hang out the window like AC. You said shots, ain't none of them crazy. Too lazy, can't none of you face me. Go crazy like a lunatic, maybe. Go stupid like ludicrous. Niggas at the door, better tell me who it is. Got, let you better take a piss. If you put a hoe out, then you better not twist. Two strands on me, but it ain't no twist. Don't get what I want, then I'm throwing a fit. Pop out to the club, it's designing my fit. They thinking I'm dumb, but I'm at it again. Blue bands on me, but it ain't no crip. Pull up to the party and make a whole dip. You all on my ass, you got shit on your lips. Ew. Shut the fuck up. 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 Shut the fuck up.
I got niggas that's ready to attack. Boy, you this booty, you do off the tab. Damn sure you ain't say you do it like that. I'm good in my city, I be around. Way be around bro niggas like that. Ain't chasing nobody, ain't playing no tag. I play with my bad if he plays Simon Says. Sword up to the zombie, like the Walking Dead. Your girl on my shoulder, she giving me money, you heard what she said. The money for life is like right to the end. You was no friend, can't know me. Your time is up, go stay on the bench. We flipping a quarter and make it make sense.
If you talking, I better see some money for real. Towing the heat, school fire drill. She sleep booming, y'all ain't for real. My niggas for L and they ready to kill. Bitches so cute like swallowing pills. Niggas be Nick, talking me mill. Niggas be Nick, talking me mill. Creeping ass niggas, I better not get you. I see a lot, I'ma blast you. I guess believe back in. These niggas stiff as a statue. But life is for life. 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 For life. Hey.
Young nigga go flip. I got niggas that's ready to attack. Boy, you this booty, you do it off a tab. Damn sure you ain't see you do it like that. I'm good in my city, I be around. Way be around bro niggas like that. Ain't chasing nobody, ain't playing no tag. I play with my bad if you play Simon Says. Sword out to the zombie, I done Walking Dead. Your girl on my shoulder, she giving me head. I talk to the money, you heard what she said. The money for life is I ride to the end. Hey. You was no friend, can't know me. Your time is up, go stay on the bench. We flipping a quarter and make it make sense.
Y'all really gonna make me? Bitch! I'm for real? Nina going dummy, bitches don't know how to feel. Checking bitches left and right, you think I'm cutting deals? Money getting longer, slots your every meal. They mad cause I'm real? Real? Oh, for real?
DJ Free
Dinner dates with your dad, my let him cop a feel. He paid me for my time, my pig I tell him squeal. His nuts can't bolt my shine, too hard I made of steel. He jumped to pay my bills. Kills, seductive and I'm dead. Yo, gabba gabba, all you bitches do is talk. I grab the grabber, roll up and then I hit the spark. I hit the blood, it hit me back and then we truce. Alright, big bitches, you can call me Bruce. Got gifted hella lemon, so I got the juice. My drip fill up like my fit when I get you.
DJ Free
You're fucking with Shoku Radio.
Man, a rack up and demons go try to feed. Got a Bosnian pluggy stay overseas. In a game full of rats, we chase cheese. If you wanna go practice, high knees. In the shit we stay active, 60 minutes. Said he talking to him like a lieutenant. Then I hit Icebox for a new pen. Said he paid for the beat, but it's still pending. And I feel like I'm mentally airbending. Getting DMC cards, now he ascending. If you don't play your part, end up trending. Bitch, I'm pushing the star, it's never ending. I be all in her mouth like thick plaid. But still take her out shopping, 6 racks. But you know I got options, no menu. When the shows come back, sold out venues. When I give me a band, I'ma spend it on it. We ain't eating at Wendy's, it's penny hunt. When I picked her ass up, she was by the drum. Song changing the vibe, no John Gabbana. Ain't no making me high and smoking strong. But the way that you lie, ain't no Rihanna. When I'm smoking on pie, I'm over yonder. Had a dip at the spot, this shit a sauna. Bitch, I stay with my dogs, ain't talking God. Said he got him a shooter, it's Kyle Rogers. I be throwing these fits like a fucking top. Need some brain from a bitch like a fucking scholar. Think it got to the point where it barely bothered. I'ma hit that bitch up, I'm a Perry bomb. Making plays with the steel like James Conner. And I shooting shit up like Matt Bonner. Spend a rack up and demons go try to feed. Got a Bosnian pluggy stay overseas. In a game full of rats, we chase cheese. If you wanna go practice, high knees. In the shit we stay active, 60 minutes. Said he talking to him like a lieutenant. Then I hit Icebox for a new pen. He said he paid for the fee, but it's still pending. And I feel like I'm mentally airbending. And DMC cars now he ascending. If you don't play your part, end up trending. Bitch, I'm pushing the start, it's never ending. I be all in her mouth like thick clouds. So take her out shopping, 6 rats. But you know I got options, no pending. When the show's come back, sold out venue.
I've been down. You been on, well, I'm on now. We want all the smoke, yeah. I got pounds. I want scholarships, pimp. I'm first round. I've been on my shit, yeah. Plant my seeds, blowing trees. We got ornaments, all these fees. Shorty on me. I made shorty blink. Put up in a Rari blimp. I can make a body flip. Can't beat me like a naughty flick. I made water where it ain't. Now she dripping on the paint. I've been trying to get away. People came for a taste, so I don't really show my face. Mama thought it was a phase. Magazine, I'm on the page. Harlem shaking through the wave. I've been trying to get away. Different women every state. But for the pain, but don't you call me every day? Cause I'm too busy making plays. Catching bodies, catching planes. Now everybody know my name. I've been running out of state. Cause I've been up. I've been down. You been on, well, I'm on now. We want all the smoke, yeah. I got pounds. I want scholarships, pimp. I'm first round. I've been on my shit, plant my seeds, blowing trees. We got ornaments, all these fees. She on me. I made shorty drip, yeah. I made shorty drip, yeah. Put up in a Rari blend, body split. We want all the smoke. We want all the smoke. We want all the smoke. Yeah, all the shit. We want all the smoke. We got scholarships. All the smoke.
Now maybe we can chill, but that don't mean that we will meet again. We can do the one-to-one, or we can just link all our friends. Know you love my cockiness, so baby, let's not play pretend. Fuck the text, I need to know what day you got some time to spend. Now baby, we can chill, but that don't mean that we will meet again. We can do the one-on-one, or we can just link all our friends. Know you love my cockiness, so baby, let's not play pretend. Fuck the text, I need to know what day you got some time to spend. Now I've been tweaking lately, but you love the type of time I'm call me when you need me, but don't call me when you hear this song. Lately I've been toking every day and night to keep me calm. Knew I had to do this when I thought little bro would sing along. Take me to your planet, baby, tell me where your orbit. Say we on the same way, but you stay on that bullshit, driving down the highway, speeding like a bullet. If a nigga ever think he gave me, he probably couldn't. In the cold summer, hard weeks, big bummers when I spit shit. It's all hot, no plumber, toast every time we make it to the weekend. Got a couple assets that you know I'm seeking. Never been the type that was receptive to the preaching, but your words wrap around my mind, they go deep in. All your girlfriends always saying I'm a heathen. Give me one night, all the messages will sink in. Baby, we can chill, but that don't mean that we will meet again. We can do the one-to-one, or we can just link all our friends. Know you love my cockiness, so baby, let's not play pretend. Fuck the text, I need to know what day you got some time. Baby, we can chill, but that don't mean that we will meet again. We can do the one-on-one, or we can just link all our friends. Know you love my cockiness, so baby, let's not play pretend. Fuck the text, I need to know what day you got some time to spend. Your eyes say, on my mind, I got it. You say you want my love, but won't be mine. Girl, need $1 million. That I'm on you when I hit my prime. I need $1 million. Guess you don't waste my time. Girl, need $1 million. I say on my mind, I got it grind. I'ma need $1 million. My love, but won't be mine. I'ma need $1 million check and $1 million house. I got $1 million smile while I'm still living in a box. I got a million things that's wrong. I got a couple things that's right. A million troubles on my mind. I wonder why I can't minimize. You see the somber that's in my eyes. Wish I had sober piss to pass the test. I probably never have a job. I probably never find a steady check. I need some motherfucking health insurance. I need the rent to disappear. I need my bitch to come right here. I need to finally
really fight the fear. Now I've been trying to mastermind a way to grind and get mine. Legal-wise, I'm losing patience. In a little bit, I'm finna go out crazy. Talking hiding faces, nigga, going to get it. I got a million things that's on my mind. I got a million things to stress about. I need $1 million in my pocket before I go take that shit up out your house. Plot it out to hide the driver, plot the route. The stuff you nigga, they won't find out. God is good, but life is hard and hell is hot. He understand if I go that route. A milli might cancel all that doubt. A milli might let me save your life. You like me, you gon' roll that dice. You or me, I'ma take that life. Shit, a milli might make that right. I'ma need $1 million check and $1 million house. I got $1 million smile while I'm still living in a box. I got a million things that's wrong. I got a couple things that's right. A million troubles on my mind. I wonder why I can't minimize. I got a million things that's on my mind. I got a million things to stress about. I need $1 million in my pocket before I go take that shit up out your house.
Tell me, nigga, who you know? Open run, show up to your studio, looking like hoodie. Oh, I need $1 million, bro. I've been stressed out like a motherfucker. Had hella beef like fuck. Ruckus like a dirty hoe when I still cuffed her. Karma too when I still fucked her. Way too much on my mind. I gotta get on my grind. A plain Jane to make my bride, cause I don't wanna waste no time. I gotta get to $1 million before I go silly. You're running the bank. I'm close to holding the conference with all of my bitches and try to talk them into pimping. Promise I gave it to God, but we live in hell, so we can stay away from sin. I need $1 million, some acres. I can't be worried about no haters. I owe $1 million, some favors. I need $1 million prayer.
I'ma need $1 million check and $1 million house. I got $1 million smile while I'm still living in a box. I got a million things that's wrong. I got a couple things that's right. A million troubles on my mind. I wonder why I can't minimize. I got a million things that's on my mind. I got a million things to stress about. I need $1 million in my pocket before I go take that shit up out your house. And you can't try me, I'm Ollie with Dodgers. Dance with devil and now they find me surrounded. Niggas on the loose, go get 'em. Find a nigga like me, they gon' kill 'em.
Rays on the ceiling, we are just way too hungry for chillin'. Chop till the split ends. Never had a fresh prince, but I had a will. Pray I never get jaded when I touch a mill.
Money on the mental, maybe I'm mad or maybe I'm crazy. Genius shit, baby, nigga feel wavy. I've been getting money since Tracy McGrady.
The greatest story ever told. Hella game sold, but never sold my soul. Illuminati tried to, I told them no. They were just wrong, but the money low. I'ma need to check before I touch the phone.
Just know that you're mine, and I want you.
Bad, need you to stay and not be with the next.
We see the good and the bad. Promise I got your back.
I got your back, come in and out, and I ain't stepped. I need some help, baby, I'm getting swept. I've been sold out.
I'm gonna be right there.
I've been sold out, baby, can't be my problem. Worry. Told me not to worry, baby. Don't you do me dirty. Worry, leaving in a hurry. Take a deep breath, tasting the depth.
I'm gonna be only girl. I'm gonna be your main girl.
Dancing for dollars, she's talking to
'Cause I
me.
need you.
I wanna run, I'm afraid of the pain. Took it with soda, I fell on the
I
green.
want you.
Know what to do, cause you the joker, you know I'm a fiend. Do what I need. You the joker, you know I'm a fiend.
Tell me how you feel, baby, how you really feel. I don't want to spill, baby, how can it be real? Tell me if I get closer. I don't want these problems, baby. Just tell me how it is and stop the tell me how you feel, baby, how you really feel. I don't want to spill, baby, how can it be real? Tell me if I get closer. I don't want these problems, baby.
Welcome world. Y'all are tuned in to OG Radio Podcast. Follow us on OG Radio Podcast on Instagram or Our Generation Magazine as well. I'm your host today, CJ. Sean couldn't make it. It's all good though. So I'm here to update y'all with a little bit of things we got coming to the brand. Not just the brand, but also the network as well. future reference. Yo, next week we're gonna start having FaceTime audio shows. We're also gonna have a phone number as well for you guys to start interacting with us. You can make calls, y'all can comment. So definitely get those follows up on OG Radio Podcast. We've been having good updates on the follows. I believe we had like 188 right now. So definitely get those follows up because we're gonna start being more interactive. We got videos on the way, shirts on the way, events. Right now, I believe the first event we got scheduled for is May 28th. That'll be really much our first event, but also our second after the business shower as well. So stay tuned for that. Vendors as well, hit us up through OG Radio Podcast, or you can hit up Michon Lorraine through Michon LR, or you can DM me as well at CJ_clock_11. Yo, so main thing today as well, really getting into the updates. We got shirts. We still got a guest today coming in as well, too. We'll get into that. Also, co-hosts. As you see now, y'all seeing some different faces coming in with co-hosts. We actually get ready to see a lot more. We're actually going to be starting vetting more people to co-host as well. The podcast, we've been getting a lot of success. We've been getting a lot of traction. So we're actually going to start expanding. Me and Michon also with our own side hustles. We've been coming to get more busy and more things. So definitely having a couple rotating co-hosts to come in. So get used to more faces and more people as well. If you're interested in that, like I said, DM us on the page. DM us personally as well. We'll get more into it as well, you know. Interview style will still be the same. Price update as well, too. We're offering now half interviews. Half interviews will be $30 to $35. And we also have full interviews that are running from $60 to $70. So once again, DM for pricing. Pricing always updates depending on how many Mondays we have within that month. For example, February, I believe we have 4 Mondays, and as of March, we have 5 Mondays. So the pricing adjusts, but that's normally the price range. Once again, hit us up, you know. We have a special guest today. Like I said, we have another co-host, so we're going to get into it. Like I said, welcome to OG Radio, the radio station for our generation. We'll be back after these few messages.
Hi, I'm Virginia Sudan, and we're Sankofa Financial Group. We're a family-owned CPA firm providing tax planning and wealth management services. Our business is family-friendly, and we can't wait to meet you and your family. So check us out at www.sankofafinancial.net.
Let me tell you, hips, your thighs, they got me hypnotized. Switch it up, yeah. Switch it up, yeah. Make it clap for me, yeah. Make it clap for me, make it clap for me, break it back for me, hey. Make it clap for me, make it clap for me, make it clap for me, hey. Break it back for me, hey. Make it clap for me, make it clap for me. Make it clap for me. Break it back for me.
So, I'm about to take them way. Look, back in the day, I was hugging the block. I was broke as a joke. How the hell I'ma eat? Back in the day, we was playing throwback on the sideline, get pop, knock his ass out the streets. Back in the day, we was kissing them bitches. We got a little older, jump right in them sheets. Back in the day, we wasn't robbing the plug. We was jacking whoever had phones on their feet. Back in the day, we was outside, nigga. Your favorite rapper barely left off the porch. Back in the day, used to hoop on the crate. It was me, Frank, and Bo. We was playing a horse. Cheese with the pickle egg back in the day. Drinking Big Burst, that was back in the day. Back in the day, used to slide down my block in the UUV. Look at them bitches, they geeking. Back in the day, used to get my teachers hell. I know my mama getting tired of these meetings. Back in the day, went to Muslim school. Assalamu alaikum, nigga, that was degreeing. Back in the day, all my men, they was dying. Alhamdulillah, cause a nigga still breathing. Back in the day, used to walk to the shop on it just to flex a bit and show off the fit. Back in the day, shorty curry the nigga. It's 2020, now she want me come hit. Back in the day, 7D used to chase me. I ain't had this shit, I just wanted to work out. Back in the day, used to chip up Crown Vics, get on the highway with Brody and skirt out. Back in the day, used to fuck up the go-go. CFE 20 deep, take us a photo. Back in the day, used to hop on the train. Now I be flexing, drop top in the rain. Back in the day, me and Boogie was getting them. UFO pull up in the basement, we hitting them. Back in the day, that was back in the day. Back in the day, that was back in the day. Back in the day, that was back in the day. Back in the day. That was back in the day. Back in the day, wanted to go to the league. I was like 13, I want MVP. Now I be smoking most valuable pounds. Cousin was boxing, I stayed with the rounds. I ain't gonna lie, I was chasing them bitches. Spoke by myself, I was facing them bitches. Back in the day, we was running them halls. Teacher called my house, ain't answer the call. Whoa, let me go ahead, get home. Erase this off the voicemail. Look, back in the day, I was slicker than Rick. Middle school, first time I picked up a click. High school, the first time I let that shit pop. I was stone cold stunning, ain't fuck with the rock. Stick like Kane, if you had a chain, got under that mask, I was outside taking. Man in my hood like I'm Eli Payton. First time I backed the nigga, I was shaking. Separate the men from the boys. 38 special, call that bitch Brandon Roy. Back in the day, that was back in the day. Back in the day, that was back in the day.
Yeah, okay. Shorty, take my hand and take control, yeah. Okay. Money stuff in this safe, this shit don't fold, yeah. Shorty, this just my Beamer sports mode, yeah. Money stuff in this trunk, this shit don't fold, yeah. Dirty drop in my veins, I'm in my mode, yeah. Wish one of these bitches sucking slow, yeah. Johnny go in the depth, this shit the blow, yeah. She can't feel her faces in her dough, yeah. She gon' hit my phone when I get distant, yeah. Turbo under this demon, it get distant, yeah. She just need a credit for she missing, yeah. Baby gon' hit that post so she see Christmas, yeah. Which one of you wanna let me know, Shorty on seeing faces, come be bold, Molly get in her body, now she on a road. Now we can't feel our face, now shorty sold. Shorty, take my hand and take control, yeah. Money stuff in this safe, this shit don't fold, yeah. Shorty, this just my Beamer sports mode, yeah. Money stuff in this trunk, this shit don't fold, yeah. Dirty drop in my veins, I'm in my mode, yeah. Bitch, one of these bitches sucking slow, yeah. Johnny go in the depth, this shit the blow, yeah. She can't feel her faces in her cold, yeah. Maybe some flowers that went all out of love, yeah. Smoking every day, looking down when I'm above. And that really young and twisting onions in the cut. Feeling this side, send me flowers, keep me up. Maybe some flowers that went all out of love. Smoking every day, looking down when I'm above. And that really young and twisting onions in the cut. Feeling that side, send me flowers, keep me up. Fight these demons, fight these feelings, honey, bourbon, kettle, blowing gas from Mexico. No, young nigga, we're not the same. Tryna ease my mind, find some feeling for a going insane. Riding with the brodies, blowing pack from Travis, switching lanes. But if I fuck it all, I'm only gonna have self-the-blame. Thought you was in the picture, had to switch up on the flame. Our visions down the line, we are seeing different things. Baby, sharing flowers, I've been all out of love. Smoking every day, looking down when I'm above. When I grew young and twisting onions in the cut. Feeling that inside, send me flowers, keep me up. Baby, sharing flowers, I've been all out of love. Smoking every day, looking down when I'm above. When I grew young and twisting onions in the cut. Feeling that inside, send me flowers, keep me up. Slide out the cut and run a baseline. Shawty come through, I don't wanna FaceTime. Get on your knees, now it's FaceTime. Straight to the point, let's not waste time. If shawty bad, I might have to make time. Fuck what you heard through the grapevine. Ain't no hole in my bloodline. Talk that stupid shit, broke on with the car.
so I'm speaking to you now, okay?
DJ Nick exclusive.
I wanna double up, double up, double up, double up, double up. Shorty wanna fuck it up, 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 fuck it up. Yeah, baby, last year, that shit that you doing so last year. Hop in a whip, it's a fast gear. Just live with my niggas, can't crash here. I'm in this bitch like a pap smear. Just rolled up a J, I might ash here. On the east side, but the pack here. I know it's a fun, just to trap here. Shorty, she cute to relax here. She wanna know if the trap here. I hit a J and I ash here. Ain't been with the nigga since last year. She wanna know if the cash here. She wanna know if the pack here. That bitch wanna double up, wanna chip with the double cups. Cause she already know ain't no double us. Round up blunts, know it's double stuff. Shorty don't front, know you fuck with us. We make a little play, you gon' bust with us. I make a little play, you gon' double up. And the way that we move, it's like double dutch. Ain't no love in the crew, you just fuck with us. And we smoking on skunk, know it's double stuff. And the way you get high, I ain't deli cuss. I believe I can fly in on Kelly, bro. And I see that you rockin' the latest stuff. And I see that you rockin' the rare stuff. And them niggas is cool to compare to us. And them niggas just ain't no compare to us. Come on, shorty, I'm not with the scary stuff. But your addy, my niggas be mellow stuff. Yeah, for real, man, my niggas be mellow stuff. I'm a trip, LSD, come trip with us. Oh, you wet like a lake, ain't no fishing, bro. Yeah, I see how you moving now. Take flicks and upload on computers now. My own shorty won't see what I'm doing now. I done ground bitch the way that I'm moving now. I done ground bitch, I move with the turtle sound. Young jock, but you know that it's going down. See man 3, but you know that it's 3. Her dog so keep shorty on me. Roll that blunt that we smoking on tree. Shake that ass bitch and swing it on me. For my niggas, I do it for G's. For my niggas, I do it for peace. ABC, you gon' swing it on me. From down south, but you pull up out east. From the north, you gon' pull up on me. Taking shots, you gon' pull up them 3. Double up, you gon' do it for me. For my niggas, I do it for peace.
I ain't gotta look for you bitches. How the fuck I'm about to give you 6 stitches? Wanna play a game like that? Why you gotta look up on your things?
Check. Nights in the trap, I used to dream about this. $10,000 goals turned to millions real quick. I used to like having multiple, but now it's one bitch. Fucked around and spent 500 on some roses and shit. Bitch, I'm bougie now. Still got respect in the hood. Still riding around with it. Still wish a nigga would, but I'm peaceful. Bitch, you see this paint on this whip. You see these customized rims. Bitch, you know that I'm him. I'm OT. Hit the bank. Too much money on me. I'm too fleet. It's not my girl, we just having a drink. I'm thinking long-term investments while I sip this tea. The best thing I could've did was invest in me. Let's hit Napa, no limit on this card. I'm cat, and I ain't the one to talk about it, bitch. I make shit happen. Drinking a smoothie on my way to go cop me a class. Shout out my nigga in New Orleans for these Dior glasses. Man, suck it to me.
Kick it out the chopper like I'm Bobby Brown. That ain't wood grain, that's just a lighter brown. This that Tyler Windex on the tire sound. This is game for the players, these ain't shoot-arounds. It's some game over here, this ain't no open gym. Ain't no game over here, so don't be playing with us. It ain't no stain on my fit, say my name when you hear. Can't complain, baby girl, I did my thing up in there. And you know the sunshine to make the rain disappear. You got it hotter than a motherfucking flame up in here. And you know that ice water make that flame disappear. It's just the elements that make the seasons change every year.
Real nigga, what's up? My first love was football from playing that Madden shit. My second love was hard drugs, weed, and this rapping shit. Under that lie on the nights that I wasn't having shit. I say my prayers, but I'm rusty as fuck with Arabic. Lord, take me as I am, cause I'm gonna come as...
Welcome back from our commercial break. Again, you guys are tuned in to OG Radio Podcast. Once again, your host CJ, and then we got our lovely co-host for today.
What's up, y'all? My name is Kiana Valentine. Kiana.Valentine on Instagram.
I'm happy to be here. That's all.
Like I was telling y'all earlier today, look, man, get used to these new faces coming on, new co-hosts coming on as well. And once again, we got our first women's empowerment guest today. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, my name is Mecca Is. I am a creative director, stylist, just overall creative.
She does it all. She does it all.
Yes.
Like I said today, ladies, we got our first women's empowerment guest today. Like I said, we're going to try to focus on women's empowerment for the rest of these. Well, we got like one more week, a week and a half left. So really want to get into that, and that's what's going to be the topic of today. We're going to close it out like that as well. Women's empowerment, the 3 E's of empowerment as well. Educate, employ, and of course, empower. So we're going to talk about that today with our guests after she tells us who she is, and, you know, we get into all of that. And even our co-hosts as well. How do we educate, employ, and empower the women in our lives and in our community as well? So yes, ma'am.
So, my name is Mecca Is. I'm from Waldorf, Maryland. Called the Dirty Dwarf. I'm from Waldorf, Maryland. Some people call it the Dirty Dwarf, just to make it comical. But I'm just an overall creative, you know, being lost in boredom, which is Waldorf. You were forced to be creative, and that's what I did. I became a creative. I do visual art. I do makeup. I style. I creative direct. Anything that involves creativity, even down to music to a certain extent. But, you know, we're not going to talk too much on that one. But anything that involves creating or making things tie together that aren't supposed to, I'm pretty skilled at. So, yeah.
Okay, and can we just talk about her makeup right now? Like, tell me her makeup does not look good.
You gonna have to explain that a little bit for me about the shadowing and
I did that shit in the car. I did it in the car.
And it looks good.
Thank you.
I mean, but you
Traffic
said you
was
improvised.
helping, you know? Yes, traffic was definitely helping me out today. But makeup, it's like I look at fashion or dressing, right, as like a puzzle, like your overall presentation as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like makeup is a puzzle piece in creating like a world or an aesthetic. So it's kind of like the body's like the canvas, and it's like whatever you want to be or however you want to dress, makeup is an essential part of complementing that for that day. So of course, if you catch me in sweats, you see the makeup. But you won't see any makeup. But if you catch me like, you know, in an outfit, it's about creating a world, and that's kind of how I view makeup. So it's always like it's like a piece to a world. That's kind of how I look at my makeup. And that's why, you know, I be on point, because I be like color coordinate, add it, you know, put it together, you know what I'm saying, make it complement what's going on.
Yo, I'm actually glad we got you on here today, because actually I want to relate that to empowerment. As far as like with women, do you feel like makeup itself has its own role in women's empowerment?
I think it can, depending on the person and how it's approached. I feel like it should not be a crutch. I think that if you're doing it as a form of expression or because you want to do it, that's great. Like, do that. But it should never come from a place of satisfying anyone else or doing anything for anybody. This is your job. It shouldn't be about anybody else, really, at all. At all. It's not your, no one else is your problem.
Yeah. And I wanted to bring that up, especially from like a male's perspective. I know a lot of guys be like, yo, like, oh, she always got on makeup all the time, or like they look at that like it's a bad thing. I will say, like you said, I kind of agree with you what you just said. Like, yo, as long as you're not doing it for the other partner, you're not doing it for them. You're not doing it. Of course, y'all not doing it for niggas. So it's like
niggas don't even like makeup. I don't know where niggas got that concept from. Like, these bitches be out here caked up with the makeup, and it's like no one's wearing it for you.
Exactly.
Do you even know what eyeshadow is, bro?
What I like to say,
like,
y'all not special. Y'all are not special.
Like, we know you don't like it, and we're not doing it for you.
Period.
So move on. Thank you.
So that's why I asked, you know, where did it fall as in part of the lines of women's empowerment? Like, I really felt like makeup is like one of y'all, like, that's y'all thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas, we got 2K, we got, man, like, we got our thing about us. So that's why I asked, like, where does that
y'all get the haircut and put on the gray sweats, and y'all be feeling yourselves.
Gray sweats. I mean, you kind of dirty if you just walk out with gray sweats just all the time.
That's
like,
your flex.
Yeah, that's exactly. That can't be your flex.
That's
yeah,
that's my girl mad at me.
yourself.
Like, I'm about to get this haircut. I'm about to throw on the gray sweats, no drawers. Like,
Like that sounds toxic and dry.
Yeah, that's what that is. Cause that's the let me throw the Amazon leggings on. The joint. Oh yeah, Jordan Woods got it. Oh yeah, I got it. Knowing that they ain't even got the
They ain't got the yams. They ain't got the yams for that.
They ain't got the facilities for that. So it's like, but yeah, content creation. Yo, where does content creation fall in as far as empowering women? Would you say, at least for you?
It's about how you use it. I think it's about how you use it. When it comes to my content, the root of everything that I create, right, is about displaying the multiple worlds that exist in Black women. So if you've ever seen my art, it's a bunch of self-portraits, but they're all different from each other, and they don't have the same aesthetic, but they all are self-portraits. And it's like that's my way of like reflecting myself and reflecting on the person that inspired it in a picture. Okay. So it's like when it comes to creating content, whether it's me painting or drawing or doing whatever I do, it's kind of like I'm in a constant state of trying to create a new world or a new aesthetic and a new perception of women or Black women particularly. I feel like a heavily way we are attacked as a people is by the perception that's fed about us, whether it's through TV or what was fed to us, so that we think of ourselves in a certain way. And I think that the things I want to make and create are like we're beyond that. Like we're beyond that expectation. We're beyond that definition. There's a lot of worlds that exist in us. We're damn near alien. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that a lot of my pieces are alien, and to me, they're Black women. So it's like I use what I do, whether it's me doing a photo shoot and I look like a fucking angelic fairy, or I look like super fucking fly but militant, whatever the fuck.
Of course.
It's about stepping out of a box that we're put in. Like, be you, you know? Like, be you in its truest form. Don't be, oh, that's not cool, that's not tight. I remember one time a girl said to me in 11th grade, how you dress is cute, Mecca, but niggas don't like that shit. And I was like, I'm in the 11th grade. Why am I dressing for niggas? Already? We prepping that mindset already? Like, I just think that it's important when I make my content, it's just to break all those barriers and to like kind of detach from all those boxes.
Yo, I got another one that you touched on, that since it is Women's Empowerment Month again. Do you feel as though society is at a place where a woman, what she does is attached to a nigga's preference, to a man's preference? Like she just said, your girl in high school, like, guys are gonna like that dress or what? Do you feel like right now the culture is set like women have to do things to impress men or abide by men's
I think that was the
standards?
setup. That's been the entire, I feel like that's been the setup of society for a very long time. And I feel it's kind of sad because I feel like women sometimes can't tell the difference between doing something for themselves and doing it for a nigga, because it's so ingrained in the way we operate. You can't tell the difference. I can, but that's because I was also completely raised and brought up a totally different way that allowed me to have a different mindset. But yeah, I do think that's a thing, and it's sad that I feel like women sometimes can't tell the difference. It's like if we go to the nightclub or we're going out, right? Like, are we really out having fun for ourselves? Are we really getting cute for ourselves or for each other? Or are we getting cute hoping somebody stares at us? Like to what extent of your life that you're living in the moment you live, is it really just for you? Or is it to capture someone else's attention? Because, like, believe it or not, my shit's bold, but I don't like being stared at. I draw attention, but I don't want it. I honestly don't know what to do with it because it's not for that. But it's like, I think it's sad, and I think that women need to define who they are first. And once you understand who you are, you know how you operate. And once you know how you operate, you know what's you and you know what's not you. And then you can just go from there. But I feel like that's very imperative that women, like, take time to get to know themselves and, like, really get time to, like, really understand themselves so they can separate it from that. Because we are brainwashed into operating that way. And we allow it. These niggas... Sorry, not this niggas. Society is fucked. So at least the best favor you could do for yourself is, like, learning yourself and enhancing yourself. Like, society's already gonna fuck you over. So can you at least do yourself a favor of allowing yourself to advance?
And playing, not playing devil's advocate, but looking at it from a man's perspective, like, we also are educated on that as well, as far as understanding, like, dang, like, some women actually do go out there and dress to not make advances, but it makes it confusing because some women do want that, or majority, I don't know what the majority is, but whatever it is, there are women that like you said, they dress to get attention. So for men, it's kind of like, dang, like, what's a respectful way to set your boundaries? Basically, you get approached and you out, and a guy's like, yo, like, you look good in that joint, and you, oh no, I'm not wearing this for you. Like, how would you really gauge that for men?
Can you read your question again so I make sure I answer correctly?
So we were talking about not judging, but like, we're stuck on this thing, like, you know, like you said, society's already fucked. Like, we're navigating through it each day, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to come from the perspective of not judging everybody just off of the initial thing, like assuming somebody knows something. A lot of men don't know that, oh no, women get dressed for themselves. Like you said, some men believe like, oh yeah, women are supposed to do, you know, based on our standards. So how would you converse that or express, you know what I'm saying?
That to a man?
Yes.
I think there's simple moments where, like, one time I used to work at First Watch. Shout out to First Watch. I love First Watch. It's my favorite job. But I was walking and I was wearing my uniform. I am very shapely. And this dude was like, this older dude was like, I see you switching, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, like, what you switching around for? And I'm just like, sir, I'm walking. You made it switching. I'm walking. I enjoy your meal. Like, get the fuck, like it's just, I think it's a conversation. I think all humans have to have a choice to deprogram themselves, but every human has to make the choice to make themselves aware of the world and how your actions, the way you think, affects other people. Now, of course, a lot of people won't give a fuck about that. But I feel like people who are like that end up having a lot of chaos in their lives, and they end up wallowing in the shit as a result of how they think. Since it's chaotic, it results in a chaotic life. So let them go about it. But for those who are capable of comprehending something beyond what you're used to being told, it is your responsibility to educate yourself. True. And to gain understanding. When we engage with other humans, are we listening because we actually like want to listen? Or are we listening to get through a moment to get to something else? Or are we actually, like, when I meet a nigga, right? Or meet a man.
Yeah.
When I see him, I don't care if he's fine. It's like, where's your brain at? Are you smart? Because those looks won't, like, a gorgeous person can become real ugly real quick when their character is fucked up. It really can. So it's like, I feel like it's just, I think it's a choice. And I think that we should start looking at humans as humans first and not potential, I need this from you, or I see this in you, so I need that from you. Whether it's on a friendship, relationship, or a sexual level, it's like you're you first.
Yo, and that's like, go ahead.
People just don't operate that way. It's kind of problematic.
Yo, I'm glad you got that mindset. People act like it's such a foreign concept to look at somebody as a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of just like take away the gender, take away the sexuality, take away all that stuff, regardless of your beliefs or your foundation. As a human, like, yo, like, can we relate as human beings and come to an understanding for real? You know? So
you can get a lot more from a person when you don't romanticize them. I feel like look, shout out to all the great men in my life. Y'all know who y'all are. I can name all y'all, but that's weird. I'm not gonna lie. But I have a lot of great men in my life, and they're brothers that I've chosen, right? And they've chosen me as a sister. And they're attractive, they're stand-up men. But the thing about it is that I chose them because of their character. And that there's no, and because we chose each other off the strength of, like, I fuck with you as a human being, there's nothing conditional. There's no conditional love in that. And I feel like sometimes you get more from a person when you accept them for who they are, rather than what you think you want from them because of what you think you see in them. Like, when you don't, I just feel like you give a person a chance to be more to you. You don't put them in a box of what you want. I just feel that. So I feel like we just really gotta get out of the mindset of constantly romanticizing people, or at least do it less often, because you can miss out on a lot of people by trying to make them, oh, she gotta be my boo. What if she could be like the best sister to you in the world? You can meet another beautiful woman.
Most definitely. Look, we're gonna get a quick word from our sponsors. When we come back, I definitely want to get into what inspired you. We're gonna get into, of course, to my host, she loved the COVID questions. We're gonna get into, like, how'd you navigate COVID with your brand and things that you did into that nature. So, like I said, we're gonna get a word from our sponsors first.
need to know, where do you wanna go? 'Cause if you're down, then up we go. Make it lose control. 'Cause if you're down, 'cause if you're down, 'cause if you're down, I need a one dance. Couple of your hands in my hands. One more dance before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me. I need a one dance. Couple of your hands in my hands. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me. Couple of your hands in my hands. One more dance before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me. I need a one dance. Couple of your hands in my hands. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me.
Song changing the vibe, no John Gabbana. Ain't no making me high and smoking stronger. But the way that you lie, ain't no Rihanna. When I'm smoking on pie, I'm over yonder. Had a dip at the spot, this shit a sauna. Bitch, I stay with my dogs, ain't talking God. Said he got him a shooter, it's Kyle Rogers. I be throwing these fits like a fucking top. Need some brain from a bitch like a fucking scholar. Think it got to the point where it barely bothered. I'ma hit that bitch up, I'm a Perry Bond. Making plays with the steel like James Conner. And I'm shooting shit up like Matt Bonner. Been a rack up in Neiman's, go check the feet. Got a Bosnian pluggy, stay overseas. In a game full of rats, we chase cheese. If you wanna go practice, high knee. In the shit we stay active, 60 minutes. That he talking to him like a lieutenant. Gonna hit Icebox for a new pen. Said he paid for the fee, but it's still pending. And I feel like I'm mentally airbending. And DMC cars now he ascending. If you don't play your part, end up trending. Bitch, I'm pushing the start, it's never ending. I be all in her mouth like thick plow. So take her out shopping, 6 rats. But you know I got options, no menu. When the show's come back, sold out venue.
I've been down. You been on well. I'm on now. We want all the smoke, yeah. I got pounds. I want scholarships, pimp. I'm first round. I've been on my shit. Plant my seeds, blowing trees. We got ornaments. All these skis, shorty on me. I made shorty blink. Put up in a Rari blend. I can make a body flip. Can't beat me like a naughty flick. I made water where it ain't. Now she dripping on the paint. I've been trying to get away. People came for a taste. So I don't really show my face. Mama thought it was a phase. Magazine, I'm on the page. Harlem shaking through the wave. I've been trying to get away. Different women every state. But for the pain. But don't you call me every day. Cause I'm too busy making plays. Catching bodies, catching planes. Now everybody know my name. I've been running out of state. Cause I've been down. You been on well. I'm on now. We want all the smoke, yeah. I got pounds. I want scholarships, pimp. I'm first round. I've been on my shit, yeah. Plant my seeds, blowing trees. We got ornaments. All these fees, she on me. I made shorty drip, yeah. I made shorty drip, yeah. Put up in a Rari blend, body split. All the smoke. We want all the smoke. We want all the smoke. We want all the smoke. Yeah, all the shit. We want all the smoke. We got scholarships.
Now baby, we can chill, but that don't mean that we will meet again. We can do the one-to-one, or we can just link all our friends. Know you love my cockiness, so baby, let's not play pretend. Fuck a text, I need to know what day you got some time to spend. Now baby, we can chill, but that don't mean that we will meet again. We can do the one-on-one, or we can just link all our friends. Know you love my cockiness, so baby, let's not play pretend. Fuck a text, I need to know what day you got some time to spend. Now I've been tweaking lately, but you love the type of time I'm call me when you need me, but don't call me when you hear this song. Lately I've been toking every day and night to keep me calm. Knew I had to do this when I thought little bro would sing along. Take me to your planet, baby, tell me where your orbit. Say we on the same way, but you stay on that bullshit, driving down the highway, speeding like a bullet. If a nigga ever think he gave me, probably couldn't. In the cold summer, hard weeks, big bummers when I spit shit. It's all hot, no plumber. Toast every time we make it to the weekend. Got a couple assets that you know I'm seeking. Never been the type that was receptive to the preaching, but your words wrap around my mind, they go deep in. All your girlfriends always saying I'm a heathen. Give me one night, all the messages will sink in. Baby, we can chill, but that don't mean that we will meet again. We can do the one-to-one, or we can just link all our friends. Know you love my cockiness, so baby, let's not play pretend. Fuck a text, I need to know what day you got some time. Baby, we can chill, but that don't mean that we will meet again. We can do the one-on-one, or we can just link all our friends. Know you love my cockiness, so baby, let's not play pretend. Fuck a text, I need to know what day you got some time to spend. Your eyes stay on my mind, I gotta grind. You say you want my love, but won't be mine. Girl, you say that I'm on you when I hit my prime.
I need $1 million.
You don't waste my time.
I need $1 million.
On my mind, I gotta grind.
I'ma need $1 million. Right.
My love, but won't be mine.
I'ma need $1 million check and $1 million house. I got $1 million smile while I'm still living in a box. I got a million things that's wrong. I got a couple things that's right. A million troubles on my mind. I wonder why I can't minimize. You see the somber that's in my eyes. Wish I had sober pills to pass the test. I probably never have a job. I probably never find a steady check. I need some motherfucking health insurance. I need the rent to disappear. I need my bitch to come right here. I need to finally fight the fear. Now I've been trying to mastermind a way to grind and get mine legal wise. I'm losing patience. In a little bit I'm finna go all crazy. Talking hiding faces, nigga going to get it. I got a million things that's on my mind. I got a million things to stress about. I need $1 million in my pocket before I go take that shit up out your house. Plot it out, the how to drive, I plot the route, the stuff you nigga they won't find out. God is good, but life is hard and hell is hot. Do you understand if I go that route? A milli might cancel all that doubt. A milli might let me save your life. You like me, you gon' roll that dice. You on me, I'ma take that life. Shit, a milli might make that right. I'ma need $1 million check and $1 million house. I got $1 million smile while I'm still living in a box. I got a million things that's wrong. I got a couple things that's right. A million troubles on my mind. I wonder why I can't minimize. I got a million things that's on my mind. I got a million things to stress about. I need $1 million in my pocket before I go take that shit up out your house. Tell me, nigga, who you know. Open run, show up to your studio.
Back again on OG. Welcome back. Yo, so we left off at inspiration. What has inspired you up until this point? You know, really with your brand, the content creation, the makeup, and just overall.
Hectic question. Yeah, that's a lot to answer, but I'm gonna do it. I will tell you that the roots of me as a person is being raised in the Nation of Islam. Like, although through presentation in this moment, you're like, Nation of Islam, I don't see no head wrap, I don't see none of that. But those morals and that way of thinking and being left a very positive mark on me as a person. It is the core of, like, who I am. So, yeah, like being taught, you know, woman is a second self of God, and then there's man. So then I chose to value myself, and me choosing to, like, that made me resistant towards, like, even, like, having sex at an early age, but then I also go into myself in a way where I was like, this world's not going to teach me to value myself the way that I actually value. So I started putting myself first and who I wanted to be first at a young age, so peer pressure never got to me.
Definitely like that. So as we're wrapping up Women's Month and women's empowerment, I definitely want to ask you, how has the women in your life really impacted you and impacted who you are now?
If I'm answering that honestly, although I am the blueprint of my mother, or like a photocopy of her and the things she was at my age, I honestly can't think of anyone that's personally in my life that I actually look up to at all. I have solid people in my corner. I have solid friends. I usually only attract people who are, like, capable of. I usually don't attract drama or problematic people. So I have people from the outside that, like, are solid or very supportive. Like, even my friends, they brought me here. Like, they're supportive. But there's really no woman I personally know in my life at this moment that I personally know that I'm aspiring to be like. I'm being completely honest.
I mean, listen, that's real. Like,
and
people,
I don't have a source of inspiration in my life.
Like, people want to be like, oh, like, now my sis. But, like, if that's not real, like, don't lie.
It's not real for me right now.
And that's okay. That's okay to be your own inspiration, your own. You know, it has to come from somewhere, right?
Some of the strongest bonds with healthiest bonds, the strongest bonds I have with men in my life are the bros that I chose. not even always family or personal.
I like that.
Sometimes you
I
gotta
like
find.
that.
You gotta
That's
find.
real.
Sometimes you gotta find your people.
That is real. That is very real.
Yo, believe it or not, like you really are, inspiring for real. Not a lot of people or a lot of women would say like between your foundation and your inspiration, like as far as like you said, like your spiritual life, a lot of people like don't have that part of them, whether regardless of religion, take that out. But like your spiritual life, it really does make you the core of who you are, and it protects you out here. Like you said, your mom, like your foundation. I like to say, like, all right, a man or a woman without a foundation will fall for anything, basically, and that's kept you on your path. I can definitely tell between your mom and your spiritual life as well. Like, my father's a big aspect of like who I am as well too, and then my faith as well. So, you definitely are inspiring, and empowering women with that.
Can I say that I do find inspiration in music, in Top Dog Entertainment, TDE, Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q, Isaiah Rashad, SZA. I've been a SZA fan since like 2013. Like, following them heavily, they influenced me because I was already in a spiritual mindset because being raised in the nation. So listening to music of artists who are either authentic or boundary pushers or already in the socially aware realm, that just reinforced it. Like, what you take in, like, also pours into who you are and like how you think and how you operate. So at that time, when I was building, trying to figure out who I was, like, as a person, creatively, whatever, having music or things from the outside world that can influence me for the better or keep me on track in that way spiritually definitely helps. So Top Dog Entertainment, SZA, music in general is like a battery to me, but Tyler, the Creator, is like my everything right now.
Do you feel like they like impact your style? Because I have to tell you, her fits be like
thank you.
She be bodying them. She be bodying the fits, man. The makeup, body.
When I tell you I had about 3 solid options today and I could not pick what I wanted to wear. Look, and when it comes to clothes and fashion and shit, it's really what you make it. I promise you, I am not a name brand person. The shoes I be wearing, I either got them on Afterpay or they were on the sales rack at Zara. Like, it's not about brands. It's about your style and how you choose to wear it. It's about you.
Definitely.
Yo, I'm about to say, man, like, we probably really don't even get to really looking at style probably till like late college, post college. I'm not gonna hold you. High school, it was all H&M, all like brand, like.
Y'all get boxed in, sadly, and y'all go for it. Just like a woman go for it. Like, we're passively taught stuff. And we go for it, and sometimes we don't realize it. Y'all go for some shit that society is putting y'all in the box. And y'all gotta get the fuck out that box, because it's not fair. Because I feel like sometimes men don't get a chance to really experience who they're supposed to be. It's like, I feel like y'all get to be kids if you're not roughed up as a kid, and then you get older and it's like, be a man, and it's like, I don't even know who I am yet.
It's that transition, like, whoa.
And then it's toxic masculinity gets thrown in there at some point.
Yeah.
And then you had to find, you're told what you know so far isn't the truth. So then you have to redefine who you are in your early 20s. It's like y'all get fucked up, and y'all don't get a chance to really find yourselves.
Reality really doesn't get to set in for us probably until like, if it does, at 16, 17, but like really like you said, the mid 20s. I would say like this, like, yo, I was a brand like Jordan, phones, like definitely phones was like my biggest thing my senior year. I really ain't had the bread, so my shoe game wasn't really like that for until like I started making money like my senior year, freshman, sophomore year. But like the thing that really got me out of that mindset was like my sophomore year, I bought the gold phones, right? I had no more money left in school from working over the winter. I spent all of the money that I made over the winter on the gold phone pause. I was like, yo, I got them joints though. Lie to you not, first week of the semester, I'm like, damn, like, can't eat these joints. I'm hungry as shit. Like, yo, I ain't had nothing. So that really started me on my financial literacy path, just like really looking at like, damn, like I got over like $3,000 worth of just shoes literally sitting in my face right now. That $3,000 definitely could have used that at that moment. So, but that relating that back to style, my fault. Style, it took me like to look at regular brands that was still styles. I think the Nike Prestos that came out like around that time, that's like 2014, 2015, Nike Prestos. People was getting the Huaraches. I ain't really like the Huaraches, but one is more affordable. You're not attached to no brand. And it was like, dang, like, why'd I buy those joints? Like, oh, because it didn't really add no value to me as a person. It damn sure didn't add no financial value. So, because the shit is on me now and it's nothing. So, yo, definitely, like, some people it takes later. Some men it takes later than that. But that experience, I still had those shoes to this day. I would not throw them out. Threw all them other shits out. I got, like, What I wear now, I wear my slides. I wear, you know, when I go on vacation, yeah, I'll stunt out, I'll do something like that. But as far as tennis shoes, I only got 2. Got them foams, and I always look at that joint. That reminds me of that. So, but didn't mean to get off track. Over the commercial break, we was talking about manifestations. You know, I know you really wanted to get into how manifestations has really worked for your brand recently.
Manifestation is real. Be mindful of what you ask for. Be very mindful of what you ask for. Check your intentions of what you're asking for. Once you get it, maintain that energy that brought it to you, or you will lose it. So if you was on some spiritual calm, grateful shit, you cannot get it and start thinking another way because you will lose it. But let me get into the story. So basically, I had an idea at the end of January, and I've always wanted to write music video treatments. Anything creative, I love to do. So I wanted to write music video treatments, and I was like, this song is fire. This artist is one of my favorite artists. He dropped this fire-ass song, and I was like, and he's big, too. So I'm like, all right, let me just go ahead and write this video down. Then I was like, I have a friend that knows a friend that may know someone that knows him. So let me just, why would I tell myself I can't do it? Why not just go after it? Let me just try and see what I can do, right? So I'm like, okay, I got one connect. I got my friends, which is a little short film premiere for 1939 Studios, the black young they're a young up and coming production company. And at the premiere, one of my other homies was like, oh, I got to connect to him too. And I was like, bet. So I was like, I really got to do this. And I had a dream about him that night. And for 4 days straight, I wrote I created a music video treatment. It's like basically like a PowerPoint where you have a vision of what you want to happen in the video. You have to visually display it on a PowerPoint. So I did that. And like 4 days later, I hit my friend up who live in Atlanta. I'm like, yo, what's up, girl? Like, I know you a video vixen. Do you know anyone that may like help me how to submit this, how I get to this person? Who on the team do I get it to? Blah, blah, blah. I kid you not. I was praying for it. I believed in myself. I put in the work. For 4 days, that's all I did for 4 days. He ended up sitting at a table at her restaurant 5 hours later that day. And I got his email. So I sent him the treatment. I got feedback by like 2 days later, like in the morning. He was like, through her, and he was like, I liked it, but that's not the direction it was going in now, blah, blah, blah. And long story short, we used one of my other friends to have to connect to him. We got to the publicist. She submitted her version of the treatment, I submitted mine, but they already had a director. But I feel like in the midst of that, I got really insecure, and instead of like, because I got it, I feel like I got the opportunity because I was focused. It was about artistic integrity, and I just believed in myself. But once I got it, and like I didn't get the answer that I wanted immediately, I feel like I got really like insecure and like frantic, and like I was just trying to figure out how to keep it and make it mine. And it's like that's not the energy you had when you got it. And I feel like that's where I lost my step. I'm not saying it was supposed to go further. It was supposed to happen. But I don't know. Manifestation's real. This is a big artist. Like I'm not trying to flex by saying it's a big artist. I'm trying to say like what you think you can do that, and then you're capable of more.
I must say, do that and do more.
Do that and do more, because you really can. Sometimes you're your own plug. It is who you know, but sometimes you're your own plug to the things that you want in life. But make sure that you are coming at it the right way. It won't be taken from you.
Most definitely.
I love that. So, and knowing that, and knowing, you know, how you can go with the next step in future, how would you tell, you know, girls out here that's wanting to work with big artists and just do it big in general?
Make sure it's coming from the right place. Make sure you know your stance in it, so that when it comes, you won't compromise in ways you won't have to. And be serious about it, and remember that whatever you're trying to pursue, especially if it's working with someone else, it's not about you. It's about what's best for their art and what's best for them. And you just want to be a part of that beauty. So just make sure your intentions are right. Be sturdy on what you want from it. And make sure you don't make it about you, because it's not about you.
Yo, I like all of that. I love it. Definitely, like I said, we're going to close it out today. I definitely was inspiring. You definitely emulate all 3 E's of women empowerment, as far as educating, employing, as far as, like I said, seen it on your Instagram where you definitely work with a lot of women and empowerment. You definitely empower a couple of people, if not more, just from this podcast. And you definitely educated a lot of us too, as far as manifestations as well too.
Can I add one more thing though?
Yes,
one
ma'am.
more thing. So with all that's going on in the world, I have strong men in my corner that I appreciate. And this year, my motto is, for the men in my life that deserve it, I'm giving them everything. And not because I'm trying to get with them, because I'm a family member or whatever. There's no condition on it. If you deserve the world, I'm giving it to you. It seems like sometimes men are passively taught to expect less or to receive less. Like, even on y'all birthdays, I was told y'all not used to the idea of like people actually going out all out for y'all, or actually doing something that fits your personality, or they'll take you to a bar and get you drunk and try to get you hook up with somebody. But for this year, I've like kept that theme of like, whatever I got to give to you, celebrate you. If you're a man in my corner, I appreciate you. I'm giving you the world, and not because I'm trying to get nothing out of you, because you're my bro and you deserve it. So let's find our little ways to break some of these barriers that exist within reason. Because the world has taught men to be shitty, but let's not let that define how we can affect the men in our circle.
Oh, I love it.
Love it.
Oh,
I love it.
The love for black men that treats you right. Oh my God, y'all. Look, hey, I better tap in.
Let me tell y'all right now, this is one that y'all need to watch. Like, if you're not on the Mecca wave right now, I don't know what y'all are doing. Y'all are bugging. But y'all need to follow her. Y'all need to get in contact right now, because when she go big, don't say I didn't warn you. Right here on OG Radio.
I'm the type to leave people in the past. Catch up. Look, you better catch up. I will leave you in the past.
So tell everybody where they could find you.
Okay, well, I do have a YouTube, and you can subscribe at Mecca Is Art. I have an Instagram, Mecca_is. I also have a makeup page, Beat by Mecca Is. I have a Style by Mecca Is 2. That's my styling page. And I also have an art page, Mecca Is Art, but I'm not that active on there. But that's I really use Instagram heavily more than any other platform. But you can find me at Beautiful Mecca without the U at the end on Twitter.
And tell them how to spell Mecca real quick.
Mecca.
Period. So y'all can't say y'all didn't know. She spelled it out for y'all.
So yeah, look, great conversation today. Look, y'all gonna see more co-hosts on the show. Like I said, if you want to be vetted for this position, please DM us at OG Radio Podcast. Also, Our Generation Magazine. You can DM me personally as well, CJ_Clark_11, or you can DM Michonne as well, Michonne Lorraine, as MISHONLR. Reach out there to us there. Look, updates coming soon. Like I said, we got the Facebook Live, we got the Instagram Live. You can be able to call in, FaceTime, do comments, all that. So please get those follows up. That's where we're about to be at. And once again, I'm your host, CJ.
And I'm your guest host, Kiana Valentine. That's KIANA.VALENTINE on Instagram.
And y'all are listening to OG Radio Podcast, the Our Generation station. Station for y'all, Our Generation. Whatever. I'm going to get used to it. Look, Michonne not here. I can't really get it today. But yeah, y'all on Plugged In Radio Network. So we'll see y'all next Monday.